Good afternoon, Muskegon. You know what time it is. It's time for Torn into Your Show for news, information, and more, and what's happening in your neighborhood. Next month, we're going on 3 years. I can't believe it that we've had so many people on 3 years. Okay, so listen, if you want to be part of the broadcast, say you're driving and you don't get to see this, the show repeats on WVS 103.7 The Beat and M106 on their Facebook sites. It also is on YouTube. Uh, Make sure you do us a favor. Go to one of the sites and you'll see the show right now and share it. Um, share the show because we have a lot of stuff to talk about. And like I'm doing right now, today's show, and I'm putting it on right now. Okay, so if you can do that, we can make sure that this show continues to grow. Can I get an amen on that? All right. So anyway, the weather today forecast is there's a 50% chance of rain today, high of 89, low of 70. Tomorrow, high of 84, low of 68, and sunny. The rest of the week, same kind of temperatures, no chance of rain at all. This is looking like that. So, with that said, I just got to make a quick statement about a couple things. Politically wise, we're going to take a break from politics this week, but I do have to say something about Mitch McConnell, the Republican Senate leader, and on the Democrat side, a few other names over there. Um, Listen, people, when you get to the point where what happened with Mitch McConnell is for 23 seconds he just went blank. And the same thing happened to a Democrat side on the Democrat side where a Democrat was told even how to vote. She's like 91, 92. Get y'all butt out of Congress and take care of y'all health. Enjoy your grandkids and your great grandkids and stop making money on the taxpayers. With that said, we have a fabulous show today. We have a fabulous show because we get to talk about something other than politics. We get to talk about two ladies founding their business, getting it done, putting the work in. So the first person is put your hands together for Ashley. Come on in, Ashley, because I can't bring you yet.
Hi.
Ashley Seals, how you doing?
Good. How are you?
Good. Sorry about the delay there. Listen, we got a lot to talk about, and we got a half hour. Okay,
Yes.
tell us and tell Muskegon about you, the name of your product, and let's get started.
Okay. So my name is Ashley Seals. I'm 24 years old. I was born, raised in Muskegon, been here since birth, and I'm the owner of Asali Beauty. It's a small batch cosmetic and body care line.
Mm-hmm.
So we have body butter products, sugar scrubs, lip products, as well as a couple of other different types of products.
Mm-hmm.
And so I started my business after graduating cosmetology school in 2019. I got licensed and I was working behind the chair for a while doing hair, and it was very unfulfilling for
Oh,
me. Beauty and makeup has been my first passion ever since I was a child. I spent all my free time, summers, after school, before school, just watching hours and hours of videos on how to do makeup and
mm-hmm.
different types of beauty techniques.
Mm-hmm.
And so it became a safe space for me. It was a space that I felt I could have my creative freedom without, fear of judgment or anything. And so that turned into a passion. And in February of 2021, I
Mm-hmm.
decided to create Asali Beauty, which is the name of my brand, so I could share my passion and create a safe space for other people, specifically Black women, because in the beauty industry, it's very hard for Black women. It's something that I struggled with finding myself being comfortable in who I was growing
Mm.
up. And so, yeah, that was why I decided to create a Sally Beauty so that not only I could share products with other people, but create a sense of community, a safe space.
Now talk. I want you to go back and talk a little bit about you. You said you wasn't satisfied
Yes.
in what you were doing, and you said I'm going to make something happen, and talk about that.
Yeah. So I've been through lots of jobs. I've worked in retail, I've worked in food service, I worked as a hairstylist. I did hair behind the chair for 2 years, and I was not happy. I was not happy with the entry level jobs that I was acquiring.
Mm-hmm.
And it was something that really just did not settle right with me. It was something that I was very passionate about getting out of. I wanted to do something different. And this was the one thing that I knew would bring happiness. It was my passion. It was something I cared a lot about. So it was a very easy choice for me to kind of just get out of that space of, having that unfulfilledness
Mm-hmm.
every day, when I would get up and go to work every single day. And it was not an easy choice. Some people do, struggle more with that, or they're not able to do that. But I always encourage people, if you are unhappy with something, whether it's your job, your life, whatever it may be, and if you have the power to change it, definitely change it.
Preach, sister.
Yes, I am a strong believer in that. And so I was lucky enough to have the power to change it and make something. And
Mm-hmm.
so that's what I did.
Let's talk about your products and what. Okay, first you talked about changing careers. Why beauty?
Beauty was just something that I've always gravitated towards. I was a very artistic child. So I love painting, I love drawing, and makeup. I felt like it was just another creative outlet for me. Like I said, it was a safe space for me, and so that was just something. It was an easy decision. I tried, other career paths, and this was the one I just kept coming back to.
Mm-hmm. Any heroes in the beauty industry that led you, um, that you can mention?
Mhm.
In
Yeah, so growing up, it was very hard because, like I said, in the beauty industry, specifically in makeup, especially back in the day, it was not easy
right.
for Black women. There were not a lot of options. We did not have a lot of resources. A lot of beauty brands were not very inclusive.
Mm-hmm.
But one person in particular, she is a very, very popular, makeup artist, and she's been in the industry for a long time. Jackie Ina was very inspirational for me at the time, and she kind of did what I did. She was not happy with her life and decided to make that change. And so I really admired that. I admired the fact that she had a lot of willpower. She was very strong minded. And so that kind of shaped a lot of how I viewed myself in my life, and
Mm-hmm.
also with creating my brand.
Mm-hmm. Now, with your brand, it's important for women to know all the things that you talk about. But what about men? Why is it important for us to know your story?
Yeah, so I really feel as if my brand is for everyone. I did create it for a safe space for Black women, but it really is for everyone. One of my brand mottos that I love to use is just being your most authentic self. And I really feel like that applies to men and women as well. Men, a lot of the times, men kind of get the short end of the stick when it comes to the beauty industry. There's not really a lot of brands tailored for them or products tailored for them.
Mm-hmm.
But a lot of my products are unisex. So, and I do have men customers who all the time, they love it just as much as the women customers. So I always encourage them to really, take care of themselves and their skin and their body care. So
If you have anything that can make me look better, I'm in. So let's talk about some of the items that you have on your line.
Yeah, so one of my most popular items are my body butters, and everybody loves them. They are an emulsified butter, which just means that they are water based, so they add tons of moisture to the skin without being heavy, and then without being greasy as well.
Mhm.
All of my products are vegan and cruelty free.
Nice.
So that's really good. It's really good for your skin, really good for the environment. And then I just really have a very simplistic approach to skincare. I feel, just put the ingredients in there that you need to heal your skin and
Mhm.
leave everything else out.
Mhm. Well, let's talk about skincare. What are some of the myths out there that are good, and some of the myths that are bad?
Well, we'll start with the bad. The biggest myth, I think, is that DIY skincare or do it yourself skincare. A lot of people, you can go on Google and Google how to make this to help your skin or help with acne or help with dryness. But a lot of the times, those things, that you find in your cabinet or your kitchen, they're not the best for your skin. I definitely encourage people to speak with a professional, especially concerning some skin, ailments and things. And also, a lot of the time, speaking with a professional about your skin could unlock things you didn't even know. Our skin is the biggest organ on our body, so it's going to show everything. So a lot of
Mhm.
people could have, underlying conditions that can cause breakouts or cause hyperpigmentation or cause, rosacea, other skin diseases. So I always encourage people to speak with a professional. Please do not, go to Google and Google how to clear your acne because it's not going to give you the best results.
Yeah, you end up with some voodoo treatment.
Yeah, something similar. So please just speak with a professional. And then, as far as the good myths, skincare is really simple. It honestly is. I know a lot of brands complicate it, and a lot of people think it's a lot harder than it is. But it's very simple. It's very
Mhm.
simple. I promise you.
Okay, so you have your butter.
Yes.
Uh,
Yep, body butters, that's definitely my number one selling. I also make exfoliating scrubs, so sugar scrubs, and those are really great for exfoliating the skin, getting rid of hyperpigmentation. Another product I also have are my bath soaks, which a lot of people really love. They're a multi use product. And this is also one of those unisex products that's going to help with men or women. You can use those as bath soaks, as a loose scrub. Some people just, use those as foot soaks or hand soaks. And that's pretty much it for my body care line right now. And then
mhm.
for my cosmetic line, I have lip products, so lip glazes, and those are very, very popular as well.
You keep using the term pigmentation.
Yes.
Just what is that for our listeners and viewers?
Okay, yeah. So hyperpigmentation is the buildup of melanin and or the overproduction of it. So if you ever look at your skin and you see some spots that are a little bit darker than others, or you have one specific area that is darker than another area, that is hyperpigmentation.
Okay, okay. So your product actually helps with that.
Yes, yep. So I do have a couple of products to help with hyperpigmentation. My scrubs and my soaks are the ones that I always recommend for that because they're really exfoliating and they also have citrus in them and turmeric, which can also help, break down that overproduction of melanin.
Now you said these are vegan products. That these are healthy products, so you're not throwing a lot of chemicals in these products.
No, so all of my products are vegan, which just means that there's no animal byproduct. And then they're also cruelty free, which means I do not like test them on animals or they do not harm animals in any way.
Hmm.
And I do use my base for my body butters and my scrubs is organic unrefined shea butter, which just means that it's the purest form of shea butter that we can get our hands on.
Hmm.
Um, and so it's not bleached. You still have all of the great benefits of the shea butter,
Mhm. Now, talk to people out there that uh, I just use my wife. She's gonna kill me, but that, but will they'll rather take the time and do it at home, and they don't want to spend money on themselves. They don't want to do stuff like that. But talk to them. Talk to people out there that need to spend and look beautiful. You look beautiful and treat themselves.
Yeah. I always encourage it. I look at it as a utility bill, right? So you every month, you pay your water bill, you pay your cell phone bill, you pay your utilities because they're necessities to help make your life easier, right? You pay
Mm-hmm.
your cell phone bill so you can have a cell phone, you can call people, you can, some people work from their cell phones and things like that. You pay your water bill because you need water to
Mm-hmm.
shower, to cook with, to drink and things like that. So that's how I really look at skincare and beauty. It is a utility because it's something not only to help make your life easier, right?
Mm-hmm.
But in the long run, you spend more money trying, DIY things or people who try to do it themselves. And it's not impossible to do it yourself, but you're making it 10 times harder than it needs to be by trying, the Google remedies or what your friend's cousin said, or, going through the hoops when you could just spend the money one time on an effective product that will help whatever skin condition you have or whatever you want. Spend the money one time on that product versus spending your time, because time is money,
Right.
right? Time is money. So versus spending, hours and hours of trying to fix this issue on your skin or, try to do this, just spend the money once from a professional or go see a professional and just be done with it. So,
Let me put this disclaimer in.
mhm.
Honey, you look good. You keep up on what you're doing. So I better put that in or I'm gonna get killed. Okay. So 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 back to Ashley. So
Mhm.
the name of your product, what does it mean and how did you come up with the name of your
Mhm.
product?
Yeah, so Asali Beauty. So if you're familiar, and if anyone's listening who's familiar with the story of the land of milk and honey,
Yeah.
I really find that story to be very beautiful. The premise of it, it really means a lot to me. So I really wanted to incorporate that into my brand.
Mm-hmm.
Originally, I wanted to name it Milk and Honey Cosmetics, but that name was already trademarked.
Mm-hmm.
And I didn't want to deal with all the legal issues behind that. So I took the word honey and translated it into Swahili. And that was
Nice.
how I got the name Asali Beauty.
Nice. Nice. Okay. So with 2023 here, where do you see your beauty products in a year and 5 years?
Whew, okay, so a year, I would love to expand my product line, my body care line, and my cosmetic line to offer more things. I have tons of suggestions from people who I've spoken with who purchased my products. So I want to give the people what they want. So if
Okay.
anyone's listening that has purchased from me before, I take your suggestions. I take those and I write them down and I keep them.
Mm-hmm.
So in a year, expand and give my customers what they want. And then in 5 years, that gives me a little bit more time. I'm working on something hopefully that will come to fruition right here in Muskegon. I would love to create a beauty lounge where we not only sell my beauty products, but also offer beauty services. So it would be a full service beauty lounge, everything from hair, nails, waxing, esthetician services, the whole 9 yards. Um, and I would love for that to really just be a representation of the sense of community that I'm looking to create within my brand. Like I said before, I really want Asali Beauty to be a safe space for people to come and to enjoy beauty and just have the creative freedom. And so having a physical beauty lounge would be the best place for that.
Ashley, make sure you get Lady J, get my number because I got a great idea for your 5 year plan. Okay, so let's talk about. Okay, so we got 7 minutes here. So talk to people about how they can get your product. What product should they start with? Uh,
Mhm.
let's give that pitch.
Okay, yeah. So you can find me. I'm on pretty much every single social media platform that exists that I know of. So Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, Twitter. It's all Asali Beauty. So ASALI Beauty. And just find me on Facebook. And then I also have a website as well. And my website is Asali Beauty Co. So asalibeautyco.com. And you can purchase all of my products directly on there. You can also, even if you're just curious, go on there, read about the products. They all list their benefits. If you're a beginner and you don't really know where to start, I do have travel size options as well that are great. I have travel size body butters for $7 that I always encourage people to start with if they're not really sure what they want to focus on, because your skin, there's a lot. You have a lot
Mhm.
of skin on your body. So I always encourage people to try before they buy, or
Right.
try before they invest, or if they're not ready to invest, because skincare is a really big investment. I
Hmm.
want to make that known. It is a big investment, but it's going to be one of the best investments that you make ever in your life. I can guarantee that. I've never had anybody complain otherwise. So I guarantee it's one of the bigger investments, but it'll be worth it.
I think this is important that people know that you're from Muskegon.
Yes, I am. Yep, I grew up here. This is where I've always lived. Is my home.
And why is it so important to sponsor local, to buy local?
I just really, I feel, a sense of community is really big with me. So just buying local, supporting local, staying in that local circle will really just generate, not only, you're keeping your money local, you're feeding other families, other people. And also, I really just feel like it sets a great representation for the future generations out there, children who, you can go to the farmer's market and see, your cousins or your aunts or your uncles generating this wealth. And I just feel like it just reinforces the really big sense of community that we really need here in Muskegon.
Uh, uh, Definitely, we need that sense of community. We need to be buying products locally because these products are being brought to you by bright minds right here in Muskegon. I need you to do me a favor.
Yes.
Okay. There is women and some men that are sitting out there in a job that they're not happy or
Mhm.
sitting at home, but they have some idea, but they're afraid to make that step. I want you to talk to them.
My biggest advice is, if you have something in your power to change and you can change it, do it. Do it. I promise you it will be worth it. It will be hard. Let's not forget, it will be hard because change is hard, right?
Hmm.
But do it. Do it to better yourself. Do it for your family, your children. Just do it. Just get up and do it, because there's a lot of people I know who are idealists. That's what they're called. People who have, bright, big ideas, but they're afraid to take action, or they're afraid to really make that step. But make that step. Make it. If you have it in your power to change it, make, because time's going to keep going, right?
Right.
Time does not stop for anyone or anything. So, the next month, you're still going to have that idea. The next year, you're still going to have that idea. 5 years, you're still going to have that idea.
Hmm.
But now, instead of you being, 18, 19, 20, 25, or even 30, it's going to be so much harder, right? It's not going to be impossible, but it's going to be so much harder to let that idea come to fruition the
Mm.
more you stall, the more you sit on your hands. So, and I understand, it's very, starting a business is very hard. It's not easy. It does require financing.
Right.
Um, and you do have to be in a certain position in your life to be able to just jump up and start a business. So I do understand that. But if you have it in your power to change it, then change it.
Ashley Seals, one more time. Give them that shameless plug. Bro, tell people how to get your stuff.
Mhm. Yes. So Asali Beauty, ASALI Beauty, co.com. That's my direct website. And you can go on there and purchase, and or you can find me on any social media platform, Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, Twitter. I'm gonna be there. You search Asali Beauty and I'll be there.
Well, I want to thank you for being on the show. You have a platform. You can come back anytime. And we just want to thank you for going for your dream. And I think the last thing I want to say, like
Mhm.
you said, the longer you wait, also somebody might pick up on your dream because you
Yeah.
waited.
That's true. That's true. I've seen that happen to a lot of people as well, where, they have their idea and they're telling people they're excited, and the next thing somebody turns around and coincidentally has that exact same idea, but they acted on it.
Hmm.
That's the difference.
Ashley Seals, thank you so much. We appreciate it, and we'll see you soon. We're going to go to a commercial, and we'll be back with Kelly Gooden.
Thank you so much. Thank you for having me.
Thank you.
The wait is over. The all-new Umoja Radio Network, home to over 40 Black-owned radio stations and podcasts, is here for you. Connect to the world's fastest-growing collection of unapologetically Black and proud media, from podcasts to independent Black-owned radio stations, and access to the important news and music you need. Umoja Radio is from our culture, by our culture, for our culture. The all-new Umoja Radio is available right now on Google Play and the Apple Store. Join the movement. Be empowered.
You are listening and watching Torn in Two on 103.7 The Beat and M106. It's time to get our next guest. Listen, I am working right now on health, losing weight, and all these things, and I need some help. So this next person, let's introduce. Put your hands together for Kelly Gooden. Come on in.
Hi.
What's up?
How are you today?
I'm fired up. I'm doing actually well. And I get to talk to somebody that is in the health realm. Kelly, talk to people a little bit about who you are and why you came up with your product.
I am Kelly Gooden. I am a certified herbalist. I own Solistic Blue here in Muskegon. We service the community and sell holistic products to heal your body and your soul. So not just your body, but the inside of you.
Mm-hmm.
So we want to help create a space within your life that you can start to kind of reverse maybe some of the things that you've been doing over the course of your life and kind of heal you and make you better from the inside out.
Now, you said something that I want people to catch. You're certified. Talk about going through that product. Going through that.
Yeah, so it's something that herbalism has been something that I've always been interested in for years and years. I walked into a store once, shout out to Alfalfa's Market in Denver, Colorado. But I walked into the store and I was instantly connected to it. I just loved it. I loved everything about it, and it just never left me. And so after all of my other schooling, my advanced degrees, I just felt like this is something I had to revisit, and did. And so I went back to school and went through an herbalist class, an herbalist course, and then another one until I became certified.
Before we go into your product, talk to people how important that process was and is for us going to school. Yeah.
It's so important. So I know, especially in this age of thinking that going to school or taking classes somewhere isn't important, it's kind of easy to just assume other roles or assume education. For sure, TikTok has become our master of everything. But you still need a foundation. You need that basic foundation of how things work, how systems work, how plants and herbs work. and without it, you won't be connected to this earth.
Especially when at a time when people are trying to take history and stuff away from us. That's another show. I'm not going to go there.
For sure.
Okay, but so let's talk about the product that you have.
So we have several products. We're always adding products. Our biggest product right now is CMOS. It has been in my life for many years. It became very popular several years ago. And so for sure right now, CMOS is our biggest product. It is a plant that grows in two places off the coast of Ireland and then again in the Caribbean. There are different strands of CMOS. They are different in color depending on how they sit in the ocean, depending on how much sun they get, how many waves there are during the day. And because of that, the CMOS changes color. It starts off as green. It will turn to a golden and then to a pink and then to a dark purple.
Okay.
It has 92 of the 102 minerals your body needs to survive every single day.
Please say that again.
So CMOS has 92 of the 102 minerals your body needs to survive every day. It has 90% of the minerals you need.
So we're sitting up here taking all this stuff that we don't know what we're taking now, but there's natural, healthy things that we could be taking.
Absolutely. It's a superfood. So what CMOS does for you is it's going to give you an energy boost in about 4 days, and it's significant. So it's not an energy where you might feel a little bit better. You will notice that you feel a lot better.
Really?
Really. It is a detoxer. So it will pull the toxin out of your body. If you had, for say, a headache during the day, you would take CMOS and it would clear it up. If you had a hangover, it would cure your hangover in about 30 minutes.
You got to repeat that again, because I'm hearing something, because we're so quick to take aspirin, and because all the habits that we have to listen to doctors, and we're so quick to take a pill that they give us, but they're natural things that can help us.
Absolutely. So the CMOS will cure your hangover in 30 minutes. We'll have you acting like you never had the night before.
Okay.
It's also a mucus remover, and this was our biggest help during the COVID crisis. Its job is to remove all the mucus in your body after about a day or two.
Really?
Wow.
Talk about some of your other products.
So some of our other products are herbal teas. So we sell a line of herbal teas that help with different things such as high blood pressure, diabetes, menopause, sleep. So there are different teas for different reasons. And to go back just a little bit, I think I really want to preface, and I'm not a doctor and I don't play one on TV or on podcasts.
Okay.
Right. I really want to preface that modern medicine is amazing, and I don't discredit it at all. It's made amazing advances, and there are some things that we just couldn't live without modern medicine. And at the same time, plants and herbs are here on this earth for a reason. They serve a purpose, and we need to learn to get back to using those very things in order to help us relieve some of our ailments and cure some of our diseases, because we very much are a disease care system and not a health care system.
Hello. Because be honest, because our forefathers, they used, and for mothers, use these very herbs and things instead of taking aspirin. Hey baby, do this, and it worked. But we've gotten away from that because of Western medicine. But you're actually saying that no, there are things that can help now.
There have always been things that could help. We just got so far away from it because medicine is immediate. It fixes your ailments or your issues immediately, and herbs take a longer time to work. And because people are impatient, they want the relief right now, which is in some cases very understandable. But a lot of people don't understand that things like willow bark is a pain reliever, and aspirin actually derived from willow bark.
You blow my mind here. Keep preaching.
So I think it's just really important to learn to get back to herbs, back to the earth, back to nature, and healing our bodies in that way.
One thing that I found out since I've been on the self kick and trying to lose weight and stuff like that is that I don't see a lot of people that look like me trying to get healthy.
Yeah.
Maybe one or two, but I see the class filled with other people that don't look like me putting in the work. Talk about that.
It's so important for our Black community to get back to this. I know it's really easy to just grab the unhealthy things. Sometimes they're cheaper, it's easier, it's quicker, it's convenient. It's harder to, eat organic, know what herbs you should and shouldn't take. And it just hasn't been a part of our daily life for many, many years. But it's something that we have to start doing, because the long run of not doing it is you're going to end up in the hospital sicker with something that you may not be able to cure at all.
And some of it is pretty common sense, because you can see an apple, $2.50 for that apple, something healthy, but a 40 ounces $1.50.
Absolutely. It's so much easier to grab a bag of Cheetos than it is to grab a nectarine.
I'm shaking my head, people that are listening on the radio, because what she said, she needs to say it again, because we are so quick to pick up them hot Cheetos, but won't pick up some grapes.
Yes, and I have to remind my customers of things. So one of the things that we have in our collection of products is sea moss smoothies. So we want people to make sure that they're getting their daily recommended amount of sea moss, and smoothies is a good way to get that sea moss in. So our smoothies contain nothing but fruit, honey, sea moss, and coconut water. And I have several customers that have said, hey, I really love your raspberry smoothies, but hey, I don't like those seeds that are in raspberries. So can you just strain them out? No, you need those seeds. Those seeds help your colon. They help clean you out. And I think I'm always so surprised by the fact that that little seed is bothering you. However, at Christmas time, we're more than happy to eat an entire bowl of hot chitlins.
Oh, she went there. Yes, she did went there. But I think it's important that people know that how unhealthy we eat, because, hey, we weren't given high off the hog. We made something bad into something edible. But with that said, that's back then. Now's the time. We're dying off of diabetes, high blood pressure, and all these other things, high cholesterol. But there's an answer to that, and there's a cure to that.
There is. And please understand that it's okay to have those little treats every now and then of a bite of chitlins or two, but also combat it with a bunch of healthy things as well. I think, too, that the world society has done a really good job of brainwashing us and making us believe that these things aren't necessary. So, for example, we spray these pesticides all over our grass to kill these dandelions every single year. But actually, that dandelion root is healthy for your heart, and you need it.
Wow. Let's go to Benita. Benita said, herbs, roots, hand-grown spices, teas, homegrown foods, veggies. Love to listen to my grandparents and learn at their needs. She said, passing on to the fourth generation.
Yes. I
Thank you,
love it.
Benita.
Thank you, Benita. I'm so glad that that more of us are starting to get back to being self-sustaining. And I think that's really important for our culture.
Uh, I know I keep repeating myself, but please say it again about being
I
self-sustaining.
We need to be self-sustainable for our culture. We need to do this. We need to learn how to grow our own food, harvest our own seeds. We need to eat seasonally. Eat seasonally. That means when it's summertime, it's great to eat nectarines and peaches and cherries and watermelon. If you're eating watermelon in January, it's not a fresh grown organic watermelon. It is a mass produced greenhouse, purposefully ripened watermelon.
Wow.
So we need to eat seasonally.
Going to Teresa K. Sanford Pittman, how you doing? She says, absolutely. In other words, preach, sister. You, Benita says, it's yes, harvest can preserve. There's lots of things that we can do. Now let's talk about that moss that you were talking about. Does it come in a powder? Does it come in a pill? How does it come?
So the sea moss comes dried. I actually have some of it. I can kind of show you. But our sea moss this is how sea moss comes dried. And what happens is we end up cleaning and soaking our sea moss in key limes, which makes it alkaline. Anything other than key limes is not alkaline. It's got calcium oxide in it, which makes it alkaline.
Mm-hmm.
And then we will end up blending it fresh with spring water and then refrigerating it to help preserve its shelf life. You can keep it on the counter in an amber jar for about 2 weeks. In the fridge, it'll last about 3 weeks. If you go anywhere else, Health Hut, Amazon, anywhere else, and you get a jar of sea moss and it has an expiration date of 3, 4, 5 months out, they have added a preservative. It is not it could be sea moss with preservative, which defeats the purpose of taking the sea moss.
Now I won't stop you right there because you talked about something. Talk to us, alkaline versus non-alkaline. I'm hearing a lot about that.
So Dr. Sebi was huge with this, and alkaline is your body's pH balance, and it needs to be pH balanced. And so eating alkaline helps you balance those pH levels in your body. So some things are alkaline, some things are not. I love having some things that are alkaline. However, by eating 100% alkaline all the time cuts out a lot of other things that we might be getting, like potassium, magnesium, proteins. So it's good to have some things alkaline, but not your entire life all the time, 24/7. It's just the same as having maybe elderberry syrup. So we do carry elderberry syrup. It helps with immunity, but you can't take it all the time because it suppresses your immune system and keeps it suppressed all the time. And that's not what you want. So some of these herbs and supplements, you're not supposed to be taking all the time continuously.
Going to Ohio with my sister. She says, I'm very familiar with Dr. Sebi. She says, does your guest have a book? I was just able to sign in. Do you have a book or do you have some reading that you recommend?
I love Dr. Sebi for sure. And I have a host of books. I'm a big reader and I get a lot of information all the time. You can always go to my website at solisticblue.com and we are always putting out information. In fact, we're putting out herbs of the month every month that let you know which herb you should be taking and which one you shouldn't be or staying away from, because some herbs aren't that great, even though they may claim to be. For example, pokeweed. I had a customer come to me and say, "Hey, I just went on Amazon and ordered a bunch of pokeweed." And I was like, "Really? You need to send it back." And he
Wow.
said, "Why?" "Well, because it's toxic." And he said, "It's not toxic." It is. The berries are toxic. And there are, some cases, specifically in the Native American culture, that pokeweed could be used for inflammation, but it has to be processed a certain way. And if it isn't, it's poisonous.
Wow. Going back to Benita, Sister Kelly needs to host classes and write a book.
Hmm.
Hey, so they just putting out there. You spit some excellent stuff out there. Now I want to talk to you. I hear this all the time. Number one, I hear a lot of people say about the alkaline thing. You need to start out with lemon purified water in the morning. Another thing that I've heard people are talking about, you need to take apple cider and all this kind of stuff.
Mm-hmm.
I want to talk to you about that stuff. Give me some advice here.
Well, if you want to start out with water and lemon, as far as being alkaline, that's the first problem. Lemons don't make anything alkaline, they're too acidic. So you need to use key limes.
Oh, okay. I'm gonna have to have an argument with a person that gave me that. Okay.
I mean, lemons are very good, so still drink lemon water, but not in an alkaline version.
Okay. So what about the people said the apple cider and all this kind of stuff that are trend things?
I think that some things are really trendy. I think that you should definitely know where you're getting your information sourced from, as well as your products. So, if someone can give you resources on where they got that information, great. If they're just kind of talking, maybe ask some more questions. As same thing that goes with products. If you ask me where I get my sea moss, I'll tell you that I get it from a distributor out of St. Lucia directly, and it has to go through customs every single time.
Wow.
And so if they can't give you specific information, you need to ask more questions. It's really important that we know where our products are coming from and how they're being processed.
Say that again, because a lot of people just quick to just grab something and take it and not even look at it and just don't even know where to take it and where it's coming from.
Yeah, I think it's super important. That's one of the things that we pride ourselves on here, is that we know where our products are coming from, how they're being processed. We ask a lot of questions. Always ask questions. If you don't get answers to those questions, you need to go to somebody else.
Okay, going back to Ohio, my sister Vicky, hello, says, wow, that is great to know. You're just spitting a lot of knowledge there. We're going to have you back as well. Now, okay, so I need to talk to you far as your products and people like me that are body mass is like, dang! And we need to lose weight, and we need to take supplements, and we go on these fad diets and stuff like that and end up not having the right nutrition.
So I'm not a nutritionist, however, and I would always say, go see your doctor.
Mm-hmm.
I would preface everyone, in my opinion, to see a DO versus an MD. A DO is a doctor of osteopathic medicine, which means they're much more adapt to understanding holistic needs and push you in that direction versus just prescribing a medicine. And that's what an MD will do. An MD, his job is to just prescribe. And the more he prescribes, the more money he gets. A DO will give you more holistic options versus an MD, in my opinion. And so if you'd like to start losing weight, if you'd like to start cleaning out your body, all of these fasts, I don't discredit them, but sometimes I feel as if they're just really trendy. Some people swear by intermittent fasting, but is it just, modern and starvation,
Mm.
essentially. And it may work for some people, but for others that maybe are diabetic, intermittent fasting isn't going to work.
Let's go back to Benita. Benita said definitely a DL holistic medicine. They actually study longer in school. So someone that agrees with you. So listen, we got
Mhm.
7 minutes, and I want to make sure that we talk about your product. How can
Yeah.
people get it? How can people ask you more questions? Because you are blowing up my board.
So you can reach me on all the social media platforms. I have Facebook, I have Instagram, even though Facebook is more my baby. I have Twitter. We do have a website, Solistic Blue without the E. So solisticblue.com. You can find us on Facebook at Solistic Blue. You can always inbox me. You can ask me whichever questions you need to ask. I usually reply pretty quickly. And all of our products are on our website. We're always adding new products. We do not, I repeat, we do not force product out. We research our product, we try our product, we have customers try our product before we actually introduce our product to our website. We don't want to mass produce product. We want product that actually helps heal you.
Mm-hmm.
And once you're healed for good.
Kelly, I hear this a lot. A lot of people will say that you have, at so many times, you have to detox your body because of the
Mhm.
toxins that you have
Mhm.
in. Is that a good idea?
Yes, I think that there's a lot of free radicals out here. So absolutely. We are getting toxins from every single source on this planet. We're getting it from food, we're getting it from our clothes, from our hair products, from our mass marketed makeup in the store. We're getting it from everywhere. The chemicals that we use to clean with, everything.
Mhm.
So it's absolutely a good idea to detox your body inside and out.
And see, one thing that I want to talk about, Kelly and Ashley, you hear that this here how they're using natural stuff and not putting chemicals in their stuff. Stuff products can be actually made without putting those extra things in the product.
Right. We don't want anything extra in the products. So even switching to a basic household cleaner, like through seventh generation, for example, I use Good Vibes cleaner. It's actually made by a Black woman, and it's all plant based. So just making those little changes is doable. It's affordable. It's easy. So it's just not what we're used to.
Kelly, where are you located?
So right now, our business is a home-based business in Muskegon.
Nice.
Yeah, and we are currently expanding all the time. We are looking for a storefront. I would love to have a full-fledged apothecary at some point, not just carrying my products, but I know so many people that have the same kind of products, and I would love to carry their products as well.
Hmm. Let's go. Bonita put your website on there. www. Put yeah. Can we put that up on the screen? Um, so you like a storefront because, like you said, people are real quick to go to the health hut because they hear health, but they don't necessarily know what's all in there.
Yeah, and it can be really overwhelming when you go in there. It's just you just don't know where to start. There's so many products, and I'm not knocking Health Hut because Health Hut has a lot of amazing products.
Right.
Um,
Right.
but if you don't know what you're looking for and you don't know how things are sourced, you really need to start asking questions. If they can't help you, leave the store and come back at ask me, ask somebody else.
Hmm.
But you shouldn't just be grabbing anything.
Hmm.
For example, they sell sage sticks, which are really popular with us. We do sell sage sticks and we sell them for different reasons,
Hmm.
for different reasons. If you walk into Health Hut right now, you'll just get a plain sage stick. And you're like, well, I bought a sage stick, so it's going to help me clear my house of all the negative energy. That's great. You just bought a white sage stick, which is got pesticide And not only did you get the sage stick, but it's white. So it's not going to get rid of all the bad energy in your house. It's going to get rid of all the good energy in your house. So essentially, you just got rid of all the energy in your house and you
Wow.
need to start all over. So some people just don't know those things. And someone like Health Hut isn't going to tell you that either.
Kelly, give us the information one more time, how people can get in touch with you.
They can get in touch with me by visiting my website at solisticblue.com. They can find me on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, Pinterest.
So you're on every site, it's there. And
Yes,
you said they can message you if they have a question.
They can message me. Yep, they can go right to my Facebook page and inbox me right from there.
Going back to Ohio, my sister Vicky says, great show with great information. We applaud you, sister. Please, will you take our invitation and come back and talk to us more, because this conversation about health and what we take and what we put in and what comes out of our body is so important. Would you come back on the show?
Absolutely. I'd be happy to anytime.
Okay. Count it as that. Hey, and people are giving you standing ovation all the way around.
That's great.
Okay. So, listen, thank you, and we'll talk to you soon.
Thank you.
All right. So I'm going to finish the show. Listen, people, I got to talk to you about something that real quick, because the show is going to end. So I started this health kick about 5 weeks ago, and I noticed one thing. I noticed that there are a lot of people out there working out every day, but I don't see many of us working out. But I look at some of the healthiest people, but I look at some of the unhealthiest people eating some of the unhealthiest stuff, but we stay home and we don't put in the work. We go to the MD and they throw a pill at us, and then another pill. And the next thing you know, you're taking 7, 8, 9 prescriptions. You're a diabetic. We have to put an end to this. And the way to put an end to it is, people, we have got to get out there and get healthy. Whatever that is, whether it's lose some pounds, whether it's start taking different medicines and researching your medicines, do it, because we need you around. I'm Gregory T. Roberts. This is the show Torn in Two. I want to thank Lady J and the crew at the radio station for what they do. Listen, we're going on 3 years of doing shows. And wow, I just can't believe it. So listen, maybe in August we'll be doing a celebration. Listen, take care. Go sow a seed into somebody's life. We say that every week, but we mean it, because the very seed that you are putting in may help somebody. And right now we speak so much bad stuff into especially our youth, when we can bring them up, lift them up. I'm Greg Roberts. I'll see you next week on Turn It 2. Take care and God bless.